Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. Today I want to show you how I make a classic Italian Zabaglione. Now there are a few different ways to make this, but really usually, this is the only way I know how to make it. The ratio is pretty much the same everywhere I know, and it's so good. Now I remember eating this when I was younger, not a whole lot because there is a little bit of booze in there because you have to, but what I love it so much is because I remember my grandmother getting fresh eggs and then making zabaglione for dessert. It was kind of like if there were fresh eggs, you knew you'd be getting some sort of zabaglione. So it kind of speaks to my heart, and I'm really thrilled to share this recipe with you, especially since it only calls for 3 ingredients, which I'm sure you already have on hand, and you can change the flavor of the liquor if you want to, like I'm going to do today. All you need is 4 egg yolks. Make sure they're nice and fresh. If you can get them fresh from a farm, that's even better. Then you need some alcohol, liquor. What I have here is some Grand Marnier. Traditionally, you would use Marsala, which is a fortified sweet wine. I prefer Grand Marnier, and you need some granulated sugar. Now, like I said, traditionally you would use Marsala, which gives this sort of, a very sort of earthy, deep, I don't even know how to describe it. The flavor is just very, very sort of deep and a little bit of sweetness. It's just really difficult to describe, so you have to try it. But I love using Grand Marnier because I feel like it lightens it. And I want to make it with Grand Marnier because spring is around the corner. I want to make it a little fresher, a little more vibrant. It's amazing. But if you want it really, really classic, you use some Marsala. So the choice is yours. Now, all I need to do in this bowl with my egg yolks, I need to use some sugar, and using a handheld electric whisk, I need to whisk these for about 3 minutes or so, or until they're light and pale in color. And what I also have here is a pan with some water coming to a simmer, and make sure you use a bowl that's heat proof because you're going to have to put this onto a double boiler to cook the eggs. So I'm just going to let this go for a few minutes. Okay, this is what it should look like. Now at this point, you take your liqueur of choice, you add that right in, give that a whisk, and now you put this whole thing onto a pan. Make sure that your bowl is heat safe, and you're gonna whisk this. I'm not gonna do it right now, so that otherwise you won't be able to hear me. You're gonna whisk this and cook this egg yolk mixture for about 5 to 6 minutes, or until it thickens, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's there. How gorgeous is that? This is what you want it to look like when it's done. Really nice and thick. And now what I like to do in order to pour it into my serving dishes without making a complete mess and having everything look like a disaster, because I've been there way too many times, I like to put it in a little, not so little, but in a, what is this called? A measuring cup with a spout. Now I know that this is a big cup, a big glass container or serving dish compared to how much you're going to be giving, but it just looks so pretty that I'm just going to go for it. And then just divide this amongst 4 serving dishes. And then I just like to kind of add some raspberries, and they will sink in, but that's the idea. The idea is that they kind of sink in, and then as you're eating it, it's kind of like moussey and pudding-like, and it's incredible. Just like that. And then I like to put a sprig of mint on top just for a little bit of color. And I just like to add raspberries onto my serving plate just to make me look a lot fancier than I really am. I could really care less about how this looks because I know it's going to be amazing. My mouth is watering. I'm just going to go ahead and give one a try. If you've had zabaglione before, you know what I mean when I say the consistency is sort of halfway between a pudding and a mousse. It's really light, really fluffy, absolutely amazing. And with those raspberries sunken in there, it's just incredible. See how thick that is? That is what you want. You don't want a runny zabaglione, you want a nice thick one. How can 3 ingredients be so positively incredible is beyond me. This is the zabaglione I want to eat over and over and over and over again. Go to laurainthekitchen.com, make this recipe perfect for weekend get-togethers, not complicated at all, and if you want to, you can make this ahead of time, pop it in the fridge, and you can serve it cold, and it would be just as amazing. The recipes on LauraInthekitchen.com. Hope you enjoyed spending time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.